What's up, guys? It's B More here with the Treasure Finance Group YouTube channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. Anything that's said in this video is my own opinion and is not financial advice. I do hope you enjoy the video and learn something new. Today we have an introduction into Shogun War. Shogun War is a NFT project built on Arbitrum Layer 2. It is a collection of 13,422 Shogun NFTs. They were a completely free mint, as is sort of standard for a lot of these Arbitrum Treasure DAO projects. So Shogun War has their own marketplace. They're also offered on Tofu NFT. If you go to shogun.lol, that is their website. You can see that they have a really cool layout, really cool pixel art. You can browse the shop. You can buy some Shogun. Shoguns are sitting at 105 Magic or $346 currently. And that was a free mint. So that's pretty cool. You can go back. Actually, I have to go back to the first website. What the other functions they have on their website is currently their training grounds, which is their form of staking. And the full game hasn't launched yet. It should launch at the end of the staking period, which when it first launched was 30 days. I put my Shogun in around the start of it. I think I'm maybe a few days late. But so I have 20 days left. And the attendance, the percentages of how many people have staking is currently 82%. And we can go into sort of what that means. So they have rewards for a certain percentage of people staking. So at 50%, people who are staking will receive a land NFT. So it's one NFT per Shogun. You can stake multiple Shoguns. And then you can also get a clan flag. And then at 85%, there's a one-of-one that will be dropped. And so I'm assume it's multiple one-of-ones. It'll be airdropped to stakers. And so we're getting pretty close to that. And then 99% attendance, huge question marks. You know, I'm not sure if we'll get to that point, but that would be pretty cool. So let's get into the actual gameplay. So Shogun War is a Japanese based, like, sort of, I guess you could say, an RPG game. There's different paths you can take. There's different, PvE, PvP game modes. So it basically, sort of the experience is that there are two different clans in Japan during the Sengoku period, and they're sort of battling against each other. And if you have a Shogun NFT, you'll be able to choose a path. There's 6 different paths. And in version 1, like I said, there's 2 different clans. We'll see if that changes. There will be 2D and 3D aspects to the game. So it's going to be like an idle game. I'm not sure if the 3D aspect will be more of a active participation game or not, or what that looks like, or if the 3D aspect is sort of just like an animation of the idle game. You kind of get to see like what your character does, like, play it out. So everything that's dropped in the game is tradable NFTs, and they'll have functions, that you can use with your Shogun. There'll be PvP, PvE zones, and your character can die. And when he dies, it basically means he's like frozen and he can't do anything. You can't sell him. You can't battle. You can't craft. You can do nothing. But he can be revived, and he can be revived at a shrine, or he can wait for the cooldown period and resurrect on his own. And I believe some of the classes, or one of the classes, can resurrect. So basically, at the end of your staking period, or training grounds, as they call it, you'll be able to choose one of 6 paths or one of 6 classes: the Merchant, Shinto Priest, Artisan, Hancho, Ronin, or Beastmaster. So that's sort of their own spin on the classic RPG class system. The first path is the Hancho, and the Hancho, he'll be able to fight in clan wars, in battles, Not every class can, and we'll get into like why exactly. Every class has its own role. So the Honcho, they'll be able to recruit lower class samurai to fight for them. So samurai aren't going to be as strong as shoguns, but they'll be able to help out in clan wars and in dungeons. And samurais can die. So you can recruit a ton of samurai, but you bring them to clan wars and dungeons, they'll die, and they're not coming back. You'll have to recruit more. And so Honcho can also have its own, like, they can tend the land. And basically, samurai will have to be fed. And also, you'll have to have farmers to tend your land, and farmers have to be fed as well. So there's a lot of upkeep that goes into, samurai and samurai, basically, at the end of the day. And then the second path is the Shinto. And Shintos are basically the healing priest class. They're the spiritual backbone of the clan. And there'll be subpaths, but they do not fight. They'll be able to buff you, heal you, and they'll be able to craft talismans. Talismans or like kind of consumables that will act. They'll have the same basically powers as a Shinto, but it's limited use, and they're completely destroyed after you've used them. And also, the Shinto is the ones that can heal people. So it says if a shogun is hurt in battle, they must either want to be healed naturally or be healed quickly by a Shinto. So I guess Shintos will be able to lower that resurrection time or healing time for other shoguns. So they'll be able to, like every class has their own way of like making profit. Shogun will have their own token. Some of the classes can passively earn the token. Other classes have to actively participate in the game. So if you are looking to be more passive, read into these paths and do some research and figure out what's best for you. So like Shintos can earn tokens by helping out other classes by healing them or providing talismans, etc. And they can perform constant chants that protect the clan from attack and add a buff to the overall defense of the clan. The third path is the merchant. And as the name goes, merchants will be able to trade and earn their money through, maximizing profits. So there's 2 clans in version 1, and each clan has their own marketplace. And if you're a merchant, you're the only class that can trade between both marketplaces. So every other class, they have to trade in their own clan's marketplace. So merchants will be able to take advantage of arbitrage opportunities. So say there are weapons or armor on one clan's marketplace that have a higher price than the other clans, then merchants can likely, this is pure speculation, but my assumption will be that they will be able to buy on the lower marketplace and then sell on the higher, and sort of create balanced prices. So merchants will be able to own land like Honchos, or they should tend land, I should say, because every class will be able to own the land. As the land NFTs, like I said, will be airdropped to stakers. So they'll be able to tend the land. You can have large estates with farmland, but they have to pay much more for them than the Honcho. And they cannot have samurais, but they can have farmers who will tend the land and bring in crops to the market that the merchants can then sell. But they have to feed the farmers, of course. And the larger the land, the more farmers will be needed, and the more food that will be needed. So it's going to be a lot of upkeep, it seems like, for merchants. And also, merchants have a lot of risk going on. So when clan wars happen, and we'll get into clan wars later, but when clan wars happen, they're in danger of losing their land's crops completely. And they have to buy defensive fortifications to protect their land during wartime. So it's a lot of risk. It's a lot of upkeep, a lot of risk, but I assume the rewards will be pretty high. And then the fourth path is the Artisan. The Artisan is a like crafting class. They'll be able to forge armor and weapons for battle in the darkest of dungeons. So, they don't fight directly in the battles, but other classes that do fight will be reliant on the Artisan. And that's they earn tokens and must buy food weekly to keep from starving. But the capacity to earn tokens is very good. So it seems like it's going to be a lot of upkeep, but there's going to be a high reward. They can also craft harnesses for beasts. You can get beasts from dungeons and a few other ways. And basically, you'll have the beast, but you'll need to craft a harness to actually be able to use the beast in battle and to tend the land. They can also enhance weapons and armor with jewels that can be found in dungeons or bought from the marketplace. And like I said, merchants will need, defensive fortifications to protect their land, and Artisan Shogun will be able to craft that and also protect clans from being attacked by other clans. The Ronin is basically like a mercenary, so they don't have a clan or a master, but they can be hired by clans to fight for them. So each clan can sort of like bid for the Ronin's services, and so they'll fight for whoever like is bidding the most, and they'll get tokens. They'll never come back empty-handed, it says, when attacking a clan, but they can lose their weapons. So the sixth path is the Beastmaster. And basically the Beastmaster is the one who can... So like I said earlier, you can get beasts from dungeons. And basically, when you get those beasts, they'll be untamed. You won't really be able to use them for battling or for tending to the land. So you'll bring it to a Beastmaster, and the Beastmaster will be able to tame them for you, and then you'll be able to use it. So it says, oxes for farming, tigers for battle, and then monkeys for stealing. So, the Beastmaster can tame your beast for you, and that's sort of how they earn wealth for themselves. So they can sell their beasts on the open market to merchants for cultivating land, and to Hadras who will take tigers into clan wars or dungeons. And they can also lease out their tamed animals for farming or for battle. That's pretty cool. So you can sort of do a combination of different methods for making some tokens with Beastmasters. You can sell your you can go and get or buy untamed beasts and then sell them, or you can buy the untamed beasts, train them, and then lease them out. So every asset, like I said, is an NFT in the game: land, weapons, beasts, fortifications, armor, Genesis Shoguns, crafting materials. Clan Wars is I don't know exactly how they work, like who determines when clans will attack each other, or maybe it's like set, like maybe you can only do it once a week, and you have to have a certain amount of people that like sign up for these clan wars. I don't know exactly. I think the Shogun War, they've mentioned that they really want to leave a lot of the details up in the air until the game really starts. They don't want to give away too much. They want you to actually play the game and find out, through experience. So basically, these clans will battle at sites where natural resources occur and at the borders of their territories. They can also take the initiative to strike at the heart of the clan and attack the main clan house once they have paid a hefty tribute to the gods. So it's going to cost a certain amount of tokens, I assume, or maybe it'll cost consumables, armor, etc. to attack. But there are going to be tons of rewards, and I assume that you'll earn the rewards that are... Okay, so it says the victor will seize all the crops available for that period. And every shogun on the losing side will be damaged as well as losing their weapons. So that seems pretty common, that like whenever you sort of like fail or die, you'll lose your weapons. And it's a good burn mechanism. So artisans can craft more weapons, and there's going to be constant demand. And And then, like I said earlier, like merchants, they have a lot of risk. It says the merchants will lose most since their land will be raided. But if you're attacker, also there's gonna be some serious risks because it's gonna be harder to take down a defending clan since they have their fortifications. If unsuccessful in their attempt to take a rival clan, will all be injured as well as lose their weapons in battle. And like I said, if you're injured, you're not going to be able to perform any of your activities. You're not going to be able to earn money. So it's going, unless you go to a Shinto and he can heal you, but that'll cost money as well. So, like I said earlier, the Ronins are the mercenaries. They can fight for either clan, whoever bids the most for them. And then there's two different dungeons. There's a dungeon of the Undead King and then the Forest of the Boar God Nago. The dungeon of Undead King is going to be a bit more difficult in terms of combat, and there's going to be many treasures, and I assume you'll get weapons and armor and consumables and beasts and etc. And the Forest of the Boar God, I'm sorry, this is probably the one that you get the beasts. It's guarded by a ferocious boar god, but the rewards for entering the forest are fantastic beasts for use in the farms and battle. Okay, cool. So maybe the Undead King is where you get, weapons and armor, and then the Forest of the Boar God Nago is where you get beasts. Cool. And then, like I said, the markets, the clans, everything will be tradable: food, weapon, jewels, dungeon loot, beast, fortifications. And then the Bakuto Den is where shoguns go to relax and blow off some steam. And this is basically people pay to play a game and win different prizes. So maybe it's like a bunch of mini games, and it's just like a little fun little extra like tidbit to the game. And you can stake, or you can bet your own. You can put up your own items and be paid in tokens. And a lot of prizes will come down to armor, treasures, upgraded land, NFTs, shoguns, etc. Tokenomics, look out for those. Those are on their way. And then the final warning just basically says that a lot of the details are to be revealed because they want you to, like I said earlier, they want you to play the game and learn from playing. And then it says, there's high risk, high reward with this game. There's a lot that goes into it. There's definitely some passive strategies, but a lot of it's going to take some understanding how the gameplay actually works and executing based off of that, really understanding the meta, etc. So that's for the gist of the game. I'm pretty bullish on it. I don't usually give my exact opinion on what I think of the game. It's more of an educative video, but I really like what they've got going on here. The art is super cool. The music on their website's awesome. Yeah, I'm about it. And at 100 magic, it's a pretty low entry point. So we'll see. Not financial advice. Always do your own research. And yeah, guys, I have a lot of stuff coming up with the Treasure Finance Group. Please be on the lookout. Please follow me on Twitter at BeMoreBlockchain. Please like and subscribe this video. It would mean a lot to me. It helps my channel grow. It helps me to continue to release content. So yeah, my DMs are always open. Hop in the Treasure Finance Group Discord. If you guys have questions or you want to talk strategies, if you guys want to just network, whatever, please feel free to reach out. And once again, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Thanks.